I always tell people, I said, tell me your schedule. And they'll go, well, I go to work and I work 9 to 5 and I come home, I'm exhausted. And so, when am I going to start a business? I said, well, what about the other 8-hour shift? Because that's what I did, right? I had to be able to work from 8 to 5 in a normal job. And then I started working as a janitor because I worked my own hours in the middle of the night. But I worked 8 to 5 and literally I'd come home, I'd get a bite to eat, and then I'd start my work at 6 p.m., 6:30 p.m. And I go from 6:30 to 2 a.m. And I'd get another 7-8 hours in. And that's how I built everything in the beginning. That's honestly what's required. And to not do that is to cheat yourself. Because in the end, what we get will never make us happy. I don't care how many stars on your chart, how many Academy Awards, how much money you make. What makes us happy is progress. Progress equals happiness. If you're not growing, you're dying inside. If your relationship's not growing, it's dying. If your business is not growing, no business stays static. It's either growing or it's dying. If you're at that plateau, you're going down. You better do something right now. So the mindset has to be, this is the way I live going forward. I am a learning machine because we're living in a world where technology is changing so quickly. I got to stay ahead. And that makes people fulfilled because you become more. You're not just doing something because you have to or because you're trying to keep up. In business, every one of your readers or viewership in this case should really ask themselves the question, who am I at my core? Because we all have different gifts that we can give. And business, I think, other than love, your labor is probably the most sacred gift you can give any human being. Because it's so much of your time, your energy, it's the essence of all you've developed in your life. If you look at it, there's 3 gifts you could give. There's the gift of a specific art, a skill set, an ability, a talent that you have. And many people are artists. They're not just artists like they paint. They have something that they're just so good at, and then they start a business because they go, you know what? I can design better clothing than the person I work for. I can write better code. Of course, running a business is more than just the art of it, right? And most businesses are started by an artist, and most businesses, fail. So if you look at that, you'd say, if I'm an artist, I'm gonna struggle because I'm gonna wanna do my art. A great business person says, it doesn't matter what I care about. I can't fall in love with my product or service. I need to fall in love with my client, and I gotta constantly changing to meet their needs. Don't fall in love with your product or service, fall in love with your ideal client. That's a different game. There's another type of person who's more of a manager leader, meaning their gift is not a specific skill set, like selling or creating or something. It's managing people and processes, and they love it, all right? And it's their nature. When it's your nature, you tend to get good at it if you work at it, right? Because it's just who you are. You're reinforced for it. And then there's the entrepreneur. And everybody calls himself an entrepreneur, but there are people that are entrepreneurial and there are entrepreneurs. And an entrepreneur by nature is different. They love risk. They live risk. It's like Steve Wynn's a dear friend of mine, and he took me to Cal, and I saw this guy lose $10 million, in less than 30 minutes. And the guy got up and gave Steve a hug and said, "Oh, Mr. Wynn, you're incredible." He actually said, "Would you take a picture?" And I'm used to hearing this, right? So I said, "Oh, sure." And he goes, "No, would you take a picture of me with Mr. Wynn?" And he just lost $10 million from him, right? That guy's an entrepreneur, right? You lose $10 million, I'll just figure another way to earn it again, right? It's a different mindset. An entrepreneur is in it for the money, right? They might be in for other things too, but they do want to make money. The artist is not as committed to making money. They want to make money, but they want to do their art. They want to make that dress. They want to write that code. They want to do what they love. So if you're going to be a successful business person economically, you got to say, who am I and who do I need? If I'm a great artist, I probably need a good manager leader as a partner, because they're going to help me build the organization, and I can still do the art that people love, and I'm going to just make sure my art is what they want, not just what I want. If I'm going to grow and scale, who am I? If I'm a manager leader, I might want to tie in with a great entrepreneur, because there's going to be something much greater I can be a part of and own a piece of, potentially, if I'm there. If I'm an entrepreneur, I'm looking for great artists, because they're going to be the core of my business. I'm looking at great manager leaders. So you got to know who you are and who you need.
At Inc., we pay a lot of attention to entrepreneurs, what they think. We survey them, we read other people's surveys. And one of the questions that comes up over and over again, we'll ask people who identify as entrepreneurs, what's your biggest challenge?
Yes.
Surprisingly, people will volunteer, I don't have the right idea, which fascinates me. Because if you don't have the right idea, why are you identifying as an entrepreneur in the first place?